Yeah, hi there. These comments are for WS. This is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And you just completed the pronunciation pretest in my course for vowel and consonant sounds. So let's take a look at what you have to say here.
Lesson 7. Put, put, wrong, grow, honor, over, father, though. Lesson 8.
Now with the first one you have, it's not pot, but it's pot, boat, pot, boat. So you have to make those sounds a little bit longer.
Pat, put, map, mop, tag, talk, and on. Mag, mock. Lesson 9. Pride, brown. Pro, lie. Loud, loyal. Pie, pound.
Yeah, I think that one word, the broil. You're having a little bit of trouble pronouncing that sound. That's the AY, the OY, oi. Those are diphthongs.
Lesson 10. Get, lead, lit, made, met, bleed, bled, then.
Okay, these are long versus short. The A, gate, get. I think the get, you're not even carrying that sound long enough. Again, late, let, mate, met.
Lesson 11. Meet, met, Pete, pite, leap, lip, seat, sit, heat, hit.
Not too bad, not too bad. Just make sure that the longer sound is longer. Meet, mit, heat, hit.
Lesson 12. Look, luck, talk, tall, tough. Good, cool.
Now the first pair of words you have look, Luke. Luke. So you want to make sure you carry that Luke, tool, cool. So that ooh, that sound, you want to make that a little bit longer than what you are.
Lesson 13. Match, mesh. Cheap, ship. Feature, fisher. Shaft, shaft.
So you're having some trouble with that, like shaft, shaft. So you're having some trouble with that CH and the SH and differentiating between those two sounds.
Cheer.
Yeah, no, you're getting them backwards. It's cheer, sheer.
Lesson 14.
All right, let's keep going with the next part.
Off, half, half, fine, van, fan, van. Woofer, weeple. Lesson 15. How habit, how, rehash, behavior, had.
It's not the word how, but it's who. Who, rehash.
Batman, beaten, important, brightening, head tracking, feather end. Lesson 16.
See, this is a little bit hard for you. This is called the flap. We don't really pronounce the T in the words Batman, bitten, important, brightening, hat rack, threatened. So you're not really comfortable with that particular sound either. So that's lesson 15.
Measure, measure, fragile, freezer, legend, legion.
That's ledge, legend, legend, legion.
Engine, user, large, Asia. Lesson 17. Cake, kick, sink, sag, come, game, cup, leap, leg, leg. Lesson 18.
Now, one thing you have to be careful about is these words, when you have the K or the G, the K is a voiceless consonant, the G is a voiced consonant. When the voiceless consonant is at the end of the word, sink, sag. Or you have lake, lag. The voiced consonant will make the vowel before it longer, and the voiceless consonant at the end of the word has a tendency to make the vowel before it shorter. Do you notice the difference in the length of the vowels of those words?
Lean, year, better, luggage, movie, under, right, light, committed.
So that might be a little bit hard for you too. And actually, if you see the word better, utter, committed, we're basically using the same sounds there. So in American English, we say better. That's more British English, but you can say it either way. But if you want to just get used to it a little bit, it might be important because a lot of American speakers, I mean, they will use that it's almost like a soft D instead of the T.
Lesson 19. Peace, biz, flap, flip, flap, 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 bye.
Now, this is big trouble for you, unfortunately. Again, the P, you have to produce that with more air. I mean, if I put a piece of paper to my mouth, WS, check out this. Watch this. Pay, bay, top, tab. So the P, you have to have more air coming out of it, but that's not your only problem. The P, like the K, is a voiceless consonant, which means the vowel before it will be shorter. The B is a voiced consonant, which means the vowel before that will be longer. So compare the length of the two vowel sounds in the words, in these two words here. Flap, flab, or cap, cab, lap, lab. So when it ends in B, the vowel will be longer. When it ends in P, the vowel is going to be shorter. And the way that you're pronouncing it, I can't really catch the difference. A native speaker will not know that the two words that you said are different words based on your pronunciation.
Lesson 12. Not lesson 19. Once, one, zip, zip, full, one, mash, mice, Robert, Eliza.
Now, I think you said lesson 12, but you mean lesson 20, right? Yeah, I think you can probably practice this one a little bit more. The Z, lies, zip, zoo, maze, mace, maze.
Lesson 21. Multiple, report, example, bridging, principle, window, people, bicycle.
It's okay.
Lesson 22. Workers, written, maximum, question. Summer, movements, shows, open. Lesson 23.
Now, I'm having some trouble. I think you may be moving your voice away from your microphone, because sometimes I can hear you fairly clearly. Other times I feel like you're moving very, very far back from the microphone. So your recording is not very clear there, but I definitely think you're having some trouble with that T versus the D. Again, recording is not very clear, but as far as I can tell, I think you are having some trouble in that area. So now you're going to answer the Part B questions at the end, and the important thing here is, WS, is I'm trying to figure out right now, this is kind of a slow process, be patient with me, I'm trying to figure out which vowel and consonant sounds are causing you difficulty with your pronunciation of American English, because obviously during the TOEFL you want to be able to speak clearly. This is important. Now, by answering these 3 questions in Part B, that tells me more information about your intelligibility and your overall command of the English language, particularly your fluency with your speaking.
Part B. About educational background. I am pharmacist. I graduated in 2007 from pharmacy.
So that means you need to get 26 and 24 points in the speaking and the writing, right? So you're looking to get over 90, 91 overall with your TOEFL. You want to get at least, I think, 21 or 22 points on the speaking. You want to get 18 or 19 points on the listening.
College. Then after graduation, I worked as pharmacist manager in Egypt for 3 years.
Cool, okay.
Then I worked in Saudi Arabia as pharmacist manager for 2 years.
Sounds like you have a lot of work experience.
In my view, I think it is important to improve my speaking and pronunciation abilities for American English, because, as you said in your page, sometimes I speak to people clearly, but they didn't understand me from the first time, because I think I have some problem in pronunciate the word.
I would say I have some problems pronouncing certain words. I would use the gerund there, so that's a bit of a grammar issue with your speaking.
Very well, or incorrect way. Question number 3. I hope to get like 100 in this exam, because I wanted to obtain my pharmacy license.
Okay.
I finished my first exam in my license, but I cannot receive my certificate before passing TOEFL exam in the score 89. But I hope to improve my English and get a high score. I hope to get 100.
All right, you can do this. Now, it's not really I hope to do something, but you will do it. I mean, you have to be positive and be pretty certain in your goals. I mean, I know you can do it. You know you can do it. What we don't know is how long will it take for you to prepare to get ready to get the scores that you want, right? So, obviously, you do have some pronunciation problems. So I want to do 3 things right now. Number 1, I'm going to tell you which areas of my course, with the pronunciation area of my course, you want to focus on. And then 2, I'm going to give you an intelligibility score. And then 3, give you some suggestions of how you can continue to improve your pronunciation. Okay, let's take a look at the lessons. I think that you should practice lesson number 7, lesson 9, lesson 13, lesson 15, lesson 17, lesson 18, lesson 19, lesson 20, and also lesson number 23 and 24. Those are the lessons specifically based on your pretest. I notice you're having some problems with some of the vowel and the consonant sounds in those words. Now, I recommend, of course, go through lesson 7 all the way through lesson 24, but you want to particularly focus on the lessons that I just mentioned. Now, number 2, let's talk about your intelligibility scores. So, high beginner would be 1.1, a native speaker would be 7.0. You want to be really in this area here, advanced. And you can click on the link to learn a little bit more about this. Actually, no, I'm not sending you the link, so you want to look at it right now. Well, actually, I will include a link in the email where you can learn more about your intelligibility score, but basically, for you, I don't think you are at 5.1 or higher yet. Unfortunately, I'm going to put you in the intermediate range right now. I'm going to put you around 3.1, not that low, actually 3.4 out of 7. So what does that mean for you? If you score in the 3 range, it means that you're mostly intelligible. I can understand most of what you say. You have some distracting pronunciation variations in your speech. You can answer the questions with short sentences and or connected ideas. You have some descriptors and details in your conversation. That's where you are right now. So your goal here, and of course this is part of my job as your online TOEFL teacher, is I want to try to help you go from the intermediate level to the high intermediate and hopefully to the advanced level with your speaking and your pronunciation of American English. So that is your intelligibility score. Number 3, how can you improve? I mean, what can you do right now? So one of my suggestions is, as you go through each of my lessons in the pronunciation area of my course, I want you to read out loud with me. This is a process called tracking, and it can be very effective in helping you improve your pronunciation of American English. So all my pronunciation videos are captioned, which means you can read with me at the same time, and that's going to be very, very important. Now, another idea. As you go through the videos, you'll notice at the end of each pronunciation video, there's a reading passage. So you can do 2 things, depending on if you want to practice reading or listening. You can either listen to me read it, or you can read it yourself. The main thing is take down some notes and then practice summarizing the information, either orally summarizing the information, in which case you're practicing your integrated speaking, or you can write a written summary, I think, of the information, in which case you're practicing the integrated writing skills. So that would also be important. Now, in addition to that, you want to find as many opportunities as you can to listen to spoken English. You might be watching documentaries on TV, maybe history shows, science shows, news shows, whatever, but keep listening. Get as much exposure to the language as possible. Because as it goes into your brain, you begin to get more familiar, I think, with the sounds of English and how to pronounce those sounds. You also can, obviously this is important, to find opportunities to speak English with native speakers. This is also important because, let's face it, as your job as a pharmacist, you want to be able to talk to your patients and give them the right advice, and they can understand what you're telling them. So that's also very important. All right, so anyway, thank you very much for completing this pronunciation pretest. During this particular video, I told you which lessons in the pronunciation part of my course you should focus on. Number 2, I gave you an intelligibility score. And 3, I recommended some tips and lessons and things that you can do to help you get better. All right? Thank you.